Hi there, Drazilar back again for a second video just to show you guys the latest updates on this deity/pantheon deck, and I'm pretty excited to show you guys the deities that are already concluded. So let's dig in. The first deity is Lathander, the Morning Lord. He's a good aligned deity. So if you don't know what these numbers are for, please check my last video before this one, then you get to know what each number means. Okay, so right now I've prepared a bunch of Forgotten Realms deities, and Lathander is the first one. So we're more interested in knowing what's the power of that deity when you get to make it ascended to your side, so you can take advantage of special powers. For Lathander, your Lathander clerics and paladins, because we have that paladin descriptor in this set. So Lathander clerics and paladins gain extra 3 levels fighting undead, and they are immune to any of its powers. And there is this whole rebirth theme here for Lathander, the hope of the morning that is coming. So we have another power here, a pretty strong one, where each turn you can discard from your hand a light or a sun type spell to search your discard pile for a champion and put it in your hand. So it's basically a resurrection or a raise that effect for you if you get to bring Lathander to your side. Next one is an Evo deity, Shar, pretty famous here in our D&D games. I've used Shar a lot of times for the bad guys, and she's mostly dedicated to shadow type or shade, because we have that template / race shade. So any shadow type or shade realms holding its champions or allies gain 3 levels each. And there's an interaction for worshippers here, so worshippers gain 3 levels when they're fighting her sworn enemies: Selûne, her sister, Shondaku, our Mistra. And I'm talking about the worshippers, of course. The gods never fight each other in this set, okay? And there's a special bonus for darkness type spells, because in this set we have the whole descriptors needed for each spell. So the school, like for wizard spells, if it is an abjuration or an alteration or an illusion or a evocation, we have this kind of descriptor. And we also have the energy or the subtype, like a fireball is an evocation of the fire element. So we have darkness spells, so she gives us a huge +5 battle bonus when we cast any darkness type spells. The next one is her sister, Selûne, the Moon Maiden. I love this idea of Selûne fighting Shar. I've read about how Selûne tries to fight the bad werebeasts, the bad lycanthropes. I hope I pronounced this right. And so she brings this whole theme, because the werebeasts, they have like in rules for this set, this feature regeneration. So each time they get to be discarded, they activate their regeneration. So they scry by drawing a card from the Pantheon deck, check its destiny number, like Selûne has 3 for destiny number, and if this number is lower than the lycanthrope or the werebeast level, it regenerates, so it's reshuffled. So Selûne, when she ascends, she blocks this ability, she's also worshipped by sailors, so she gives a bonus to your sea ships. Another new type of card, a construct where you can bring the swimmer ability, a defined amount of champions and allies, or only allies. So now we have this whole fleet going on, this whole fleet theme going on in Spellfire in this set. And she also gives a good bonus, +2 levels if fighting undead, were beasts, and worshippers of Shaw. The next one is Sylvanus. Sylvanus is our first neutral aligned deity. I noticed right away that Sylvanus is not like a god that loves to have chosen champions. So the last bonus, the first one is for neutral. Who has more neutral unities in the battle get the +2 bonus. The +1 in the purple ally icon is for clerics and druids alike. We're talking about clerics like in the icon. And the last one for the chosen champions of this deity. So Sylvanus gives only +1. And he's pretty much focused on forest type realms and holdings. We also have this kind of descriptor. If you're interested, please leave a comment below, because perhaps I can bring like a whole video about the descriptors that I've created for the realms and holdings. Okay, so the great thing here about Sylvanus is that you can like regrow your forest type realms, so you can rebuild any forest type realms in your control at a cost of only 1 card instead of 3. The next one is the he's really happy. I gotta say that I love bards, but he's over the top in this picture. But Ogma, the wise god, the bard god, the god for the bards, he is pretty strong. He can like bring an extra like capacity to your hand, because he increases your maximum hand size by 3 cards. This is a lot, and obviously he protects every bard. It's part of his dogma, so it's not good for you if you kill a bard by Ogma's doctrine. So bards gain levels, but every time in game, not only for the guy that has Ogma on his side. In game, if any bards are discarded by an opposing card effect, that card effect player must discard 3 cards from his hand. Don't mess with the bards if Ogma is up. And Cyric, this art, I know it's far from perfection, but I love this artwork. It's part of it's the cover art for Prince of Lies, I believe, the book. And it was pretty hard to find a good artwork like with a good resolution of these cover art. So I've tried my best because I love this art. I know the original Cyric in Spellfire, it's the level 9 hero that can cast wizard and cleric spells, and it was like pretty OP. But now I believe it would be better to have Cyric amongst the gods, because he's one of them. So the Prince of Lies, he brings bonuses to undeads, to your undeads, and make your undeads immune to offensive spells. So pretty useful. And he hates Mistral and Calamvor. So his worshippers gain 3 levels if they are fighting worshippers of his enemies. And I've tried to put this whole like Mistra being killed by Cyric theme. So if Mistra comes up by any reason while Cyric's ascended, she's immediately discarded, and so we don't have anymore the weave that fuels the magic in Spellfire. So all players must reveal their hands, and they must immediately discard any wizard spells, so just to bring like a flavor to his power. and Cyric's pretty committed to his clerics, and obviously I think it's pretty fun to have like a bad guy, an evil aligned deity, bringing like a +4 bonus to his chosen champions. I don't know who is a chosen champion of Cyric in Forgotten Realms lore, so again, please feel free to bring me this information. I've been reading like my books here, my 3rd edition books here, especially the Faith and Pantheons book from 3rd edition, but there's a lot of things I don't know. I'm far from like considering me an expert in D&D lore, and this experience is bringing me a lot of good tales. I've been spending a lot of time reading, so I don't know if there's like a Cyric chosen one, but you can comment here in this video and give me a hand, please. It would be awesome to have like at least one chosen of Cyric champion. Next one is Gon the Wonder Bringer, and he's all about magical items and artifacts. Obviously, his theme can be portrayed in Spellfire with attachable items. So any magical items or artifacts attached to opposing champions are immediately discarded. So right now I'm showing to you this card, and I'm thinking, is that right? Any magical items or artifacts attached to the opposing champion is or are? I believe it's R, right? I gotta correct this. And each turn you can choose to not draw any cards on your phase 1, and then guess what? You can craft a magical item or artifact. So you can search any of your piles, Abyss included, for a magical item or artifact and put in your hand. I believe this can bring like really interesting and OP combos. Please again leave me a comment below. Bane, my man Bane, the Lord of Darkness. So he's got to be here in the first set. It's impossible to not consider Bane, and Bane is the black/green/fanged dragon's god. He loves beholders. He loves Batezu demons, bats, the animal type, hellhounds, and even vultures. I don't know if I'm gonna create like a vulture animal type ally, but right now I'm worried about like having things well put. So when the time comes in the future, I'm not sure, I can find like a new combo between a recently created card and a nodie like Bane will be if everything goes right. So he doubles their levels in battle. Only this power can bring like mayhem. Imagine like a black or green dragon or fang dragon or something like that. You can bring mayhem to the table. And there's another destruction, like it's pretty like vicious, the idea of having Bane ascended in an evil deck, because any realms raised by you after the battle or because other effects are immediately discarded instead. So they're not only raised, they are discarded instead. And right now I'm reflecting, okay, perhaps I could bring like this power only for realms that are raised after a battle and not because of the defects, because he's pretty strong right now. And Mystra, I believe Mystra is like she has a lot, but a lot of chosen champions, right? It's not only Elminster. She has like a cheerleader squad in Forgotten Realms. And Mystra is obviously about magic, the mistress of magic. And so you get to get back that advantage, that fun part of having the old midnight the goddess of magic, the Mistress Avatar power. So here she forbids the other players from casting Wish, Limited Wish, Time Stop, or any wizard spell with a base icon bonus higher than +4. And any opposing champions that are immune to offensive spells for any reason, text, card text, or magical items, or even events, no longer have that immunity. And wizard spells cast by worshippers, guess what, can gain +2 on its icon bonuses. And she loves her her chosens, right? Ilmater, the suffering god, the one who endures. Ilmater brings this whole theme of like enduring suffering. So looking for the small guy, looking for the underdog. So his power is about this. So your allies or champions of base level 3 or less cannot be discarded for any reasons other than being defeated in battle. And there's a plus here. Winning allies are reshuffled into the draw pile, so they're not discarded. They're saved again. And also, each time one of your realms are about to be raised or discarded, you can bring the sacrifice of like the martyr theme here. You can discard one cleric or paladin of Ilmater or 2 of his worshippers instead in order to avoid raising that realm. I believe it's pretty fun, and it has like its merits, and I believe every single god here have a strong power. And I gotta tell you, if you don't know how this works or how I intend to make this work, you won't have like a god forever helping you in your table, because only one ascended god can be in play on a player's pool. So if I have like Ilmater on my side and you like bring Bane to yours, Ilmater goes away to the discard pile of this special pile that is the Pantheon deck, and that guy brings Bane. So there's a whole like worshipper slash like religious war going on right now in Spellfire in this set. The next one is Loth. Here in Brazil we call her Loth, just Loth. I don't know if it's Loth. I believe it's Loth. And Loth, the Queen of Spiders, of course, the Drow Queen, the Queen of Spiders. She brings her love, but at a cost. So you can like discard like worshippers like crazy, your champions and allies from pool and or hand, and then Loth will show you her power and her consideration. But she requires this sacrifice from you. But each sacrifice card adds 4 on your battle total for that battle. So it's about like suffering just in order to have the aid of a pretty evil deity. Torm, the god of duty, is the next one. Torm, he's basically like the paladin's god. That's my point of view about Torm in D&D. So he brings good bonuses for his paladins, and at each battle your good aligned heroes with a great sword, because it's his favorite weapon. So good aligned heroes with great swords attached can scry if fighting an evil champion. So basically this guy, if ascended, can help heroes with a great sword to have like a Vorpal Blade effect, because after scrying you draw the first card from the Pantheon deck, check its destiny number. If the result is 7, 8 or 9, opposing champion is immediately defeated. Awesome. And I believe it's pretty thrilling to have battles with this power on your side. Tempus, the Lord of Battle. He brings this mechanic that it's like pretty similar to Loth, but Lothus, and it's about like you want to win that battle. So Tempus, please help me win this battle. So his manpower here, it's like at each battle you can discard up to 3 cards from your hand. For each discarded card, gain 2 on your battle total, so you can get like +6 by discarding cards that you're not gonna use. But there's a really strong power here for like impossible battles, because alternatively, if you have 5 or more cards in your hand, you can discard your whole hand at once and scry twice, and you get like 2 random numbers added to your battle total. I believe this is really interesting. And the next one is Jergal, the Scribe of the Doomed, like a post-life god from Forgotten Realms. It's not that like he's not that well known, but I like the idea of having like different neutral aligned gods, and Jergal caught my attention. So he's about his worshippers and the worshippers of Kalamvor, and also each time a neutral champion or ally is discarded, he judges that neutral champion or ally. So if they are discarded, they worth something for Jergal, the scribe from the afterlife. So if the result is 1 or 2, you can draw a card from your draw pile, I don't know, like his soul brings something to you, I don't know. Malar, the Beast Lord, the god of the hunt, the god of the beasts. Malar, it's about evil werebeasts, lycanthropes. So he doubles the bonuses provided by any time of time of the day powers. So each werebeasts in this set have like a bonus considering the time of the day, because now the time of the day during the game changes every single battle because it's part of the battle. Also using this deities cards, that's why you can see like late night 1 to 4 a.m. here in Malar's cards. You can see dusk 5 to 7 p.m. for Jergal, or noon, midday 11 to 12 a.m. for Tempus, because we use this information on every single battle. Every single battle a god comes over and brings some influence. So we have like 3 uses for these cards. Okay, we use them for the destiny number when we got a scry for a random number. We use like for ascended gods, because this is the main reason of this video, and we also use them each battle so we can see what time of the day that battle is like happening, and we also can get this little influence bonuses for the Align and the Clerics, and even Chosen Ones if they are present or if they are in higher numbers than your opponents. So for Malar, it's about doubling these bonuses of the Lycanthrope's transformation, and he also helps the like lycanthropes or the werebeasts, if you will, with their regeneration powers. So instead of scrying only 1 card to see if you regenerate, if Malar is ascended, your werebeasts will probably regenerate every single time, because they can scry twice and choose the best results. And he also obviously helps your animal types and magical beasts, giving them like 2 levels to each one of them in your battle. Okay, next one is Myaliki, the Forest Queen, the goddess of the forest, the favorite one for rangers. So she helps rangers, worshippers, and druids when they're fighting evil opponents, but only when the battle is occurring at a forest realm or holding, because she's about forests, right? She's about finding evil in the wilderness, and she also helps your animal plant type allies and cleric spells, doubling their icon bonuses when in defense of a forest type race. You're not gonna invade this forest. I have animals, I have plants, I have clerics. We're doubling down. Oh my god, what's happening with me? Talos is the next one. The Stormlord is all about electricity type cards or storm type events, because I have this idea of having like a descriptor for events. I can also discuss this in another video. If you're interested, please tell me. And he really brings like the storm, because any electricity type spell, psionic power, or storm type event cast or used by you cannot be avoided by the spell magic, spell turning spell, deflection, or even playing a calm to escape, like a whirlwind, for instance. And he provide +4 in your battle total for each card of this type played during a battle. So it's about bringing the storm, right? Bringing the thunder. Tymora, the Lady Luck. Tymora, I love her power because she helps you with the random part of this set. So the random part of this set is Scry. Every time, like, instead of having that draw a card or draw a card from the opposing player's deck and note its last digit, I have Scry here in the set. So she helps you out, allowing you to increase or decrease by 1 the destiny number during your Scry action. I believe she can bring different possibilities, considering other cards that scry, like spells, magical items, or even champions that can have like a scry ability. Chantea, the Earth Mother, she helps you, like, she has this whole nature theme like Sylvanus and probably like Myeliki, but she's the Earth Mother, she's Gaia, right? And I've created like the idea of having crops, so you can like you can attach one card from your draw deck that you don't know what it is as a holding card to a realm. So you plant, you seed, and in the next phase 1 you can actually you can actually collect your crop. I don't know the proper verb in English, oh my god, but you get the idea, and I believe it's pretty fun. And she helps you out with bonuses for your battle totals, considering like how much you want to cultivate the nature in your deck. So for each city, forest, or coastal type realms, she will give you this bonus, because we also have like mountain type realms, we also have like dungeon type realms, but she helps you with the city, forest, and or coastal types. And Uptao, the creator of Chult, because in the original game, I don't know if you can remember, but we have this whole Chult, jungles of Chult theme going on with some dinosaurs. So I would like to bring Uptao to make it possible, to make this Chult deck possible. And I know he's only the deity. I have to create like the dinosaurs and different champions, the jaguar warriors, but it also it's important to consider to have a slot for him right now, because I haven't created all the Forgotten Realms deities, but we're discussing here more than 30 deities, and I'm pretty satisfied right now. So Uptal, he brings like a maximum hand size increase by 2 if you have jungles of Chult. So it all revolves around having jungles of Chult in game for you, and he also helps you to rebuild Chult if it's raised for the cost of only 1 card. So I believe it's pretty nice, and obviously the dinosaurs and worshippers, they have something for them as well. The next one, Grumbar or Grumbar, the elemental god of earth. I'm using this alias for the 4 elemental gods because I would like to have an interaction between them and the Dark Sun champions, because we don't have gods in Dark Sun, and I'm thinking about a solution. And Grumbar, he obviously helps you with the earth type cards, earth type spells, and even champions. And he has this nice ability where he can like be the boss of the earth walking ability. And the next one is Mask, depending where you live. And obviously he helps thieves, worshippers, and even Shar worshippers, because Mask and Shar, they have like a relationship, but like I believe like Shar was like against Mask, but at some point she started to look out for him. So there's some symbiotic relationship going on. So I brought this to his text, and he actually has a time of the day type ability, because each time you attack around between 8 to 12 p.m. you can scry, and you can actually bypass like being invisible and attack that realm like if you like as you were unblockable. So evening, it's one of those times, but midnight also works, so there's a chance for you to use this ability each time you attack. And Kutsuth, the elemental god of fire, is about fire type of cards. So the difference here is that he can use like discard 2 fire type cards of any type, like an event and a spell, a champion or a spell, an alliance or a spell, and he can convert these 2 cards into the ability of raising 1 opposing round pretty strong. And I've mentioned and also mentioned here the possibility of like destroying a holding or a sea sheep card. Perhaps this is too cheap, perhaps 3 cards, I don't know. Please leave me a comment below. And Velsharum, the god for necromancers, right? It's a pretty long text. I believe the fun part here is not only having like a huge bonus for your necromancy spells, but this whole notion of like saving an evil champion, and if everything goes right, he comes back, but like as an undead. You gotta mark this somehow, but there's an extra flavor, because if this evil champion was already an undead, he will be back again, but as a lich, and he's gonna gain 3 base levels. So it's pretty fun, the idea of like necromancy and how it works with this whole Velsharum dogma. The next one is Soon, the lady fair hair, the goddess of beauty, right? So she helps your bards, your worshippers. They are always eager to like win charisma checks because soon helps them to make any opposing allies of level 4 or less to switch sides once per battle. Every bard, each worshipper can do this once per battle. It's like Maligordo Red with steroids for everyone. And also each time you attach magical item or artifact, because this brings like this whole aesthetic theme for her. So if you attach, oh, you're looking good, man. So if you do that to a worshipper, you immediately get to buy a new card from your draw deck just to, oh my god, you're looking good, you deserve a card. Girl Glitter Gold, yeah, and I gotta say that I thought it was really important to make room for at least having one like deity for each of the main races for Forgotten Realms. So for the gnomes, Garl Glitter Gold is the guy that I'm looking for. So here's his texts, and I'm gonna drink some water here while you read it. Okay, and let's go to the next one. Grunge, the one-eyed god. I love this artwork for Grunge. There's an artwork where Grunge is fighting Coralon Lorethan, and I'm gonna use both of them, so because they look awesome. And he helps your orcs, obviously, and he brings this whole notion of like having your brothers together, like the orc community fighting together is a good thing for Grunge. So whenever you have 2 or more orc allies in battle, you can scry and add its destiny number on your battle total. So imagine if you get like an 8 or a 7 or a 9, it's pretty fun. And worshippers, obviously, they have Grunge's blesses to fight any Coralon, Lorethan, Loth, or Elistri worshippers, because he hates Elves like he really hates them. So there's this bonus. And we're gonna see this type of power for the other gods, okay? Coralon, Lorethan, and Moradin as well. And Moradin, talking about the man, I didn't like the original art in the Faith and Pantheons book. It was pretty hard to use it, and I had these awesome dwarf art saved here in my HD in my computer for a long time, and I thought, okay, this is the time to use this awesome dwarf warrior. So Moradin have the same power as Grunge, but for dwarves, and there's a pinch of flavor, because you can add, you can scry and add its dash number to your battle total, but we have like worshippers and worshippers of Kusuth gain 1 extra 11 battle for each weapon attached to them, because Moradin he likes his worshippers and even Kusuth worshippers to have proper weapons to fight, right? And Istisha, okay, this is the 3rd elemental god right now. The Istisha idea of using his like original art from Faith and Pantheon, it wasn't possible, so I had like to work my way out, trying to draw a little bit and give like a good reference to Mid-Journey. So this is a Mid-Journey art, and okay, This is not an original Mid-Journey art. Mid-Journey gave me a pretty satisfying like base, and I photoshopped like crazy to have this result, and I'm pretty happy with it. But enough of talking about the artwork. And he is pretty much like similar to Kossuth, but for water type cards, and obviously he's gonna control the swimmers in game when you have Istisha ascended to your side. Okay, Uthgard, father of the Uthgard. I've done my best with this artwork. I've tried like crazy to save it because it's the original one. It has like a really low resolution, but I believe when I print the card, perhaps this artwork has like it has like a huge resolution. So my bets are on the idea of having a better resolution when it's gonna be printed, because they're gonna like reduce the file. So I'm just hoping for the best. And obviously he's gonna help barbarians and Uthgard, like the Uthgard, the people. I believe Wolfgar is a Nilfgaard. Oh my god, it's a lot of Wolf. But I believe Wolfgar from Drizzt party, he's a Nilfgaard, right? So he helps the Uthgard, and I've tried to put this totemic powers theme to his card. Next one is Amber Lee. We are already on the card 34. We're almost there. A lot of gods, right? And Amber Lee, the queen, or the of the sea. I'm not gonna use this word because I don't know if YouTube's gonna block me, but if you know the lore, you know how Amber Lee is used to be called. And she's like she has a temper, right? Amber Lee in the lore, she has a temper. People despise her but also respect her. So every sailor makes an offer to her before going into a sea ship to travel. So I've tried to bring this theme to her powers. So you gotta, each time you attack a coastal realm, you're actually sailing, right? So the other guys that don't have Amber Lee on his side, they're gonna have to pay tribute, otherwise they're gonna scry and see what's gonna happen, because if the result is 3, 6 or 9, he's gonna lose that battle, because he's gonna lose 4 on battle total for each swimmer he has in his attack force. So if he comes to you after you with a fleet, this is not gonna be good for him. Kadi, the last elemental gods. Oh, I love this artwork. I've tried my best, and I'm gonna leave it like this. I'm happy. I'm not gonna say I'm thrilled because the resolution was pretty, but I believe I've never had like an Akkadi image like before, like this. So I have to bring my Photoshop skills to get her out from her party where she's originally illustrated. And obviously, again, I love this word, obviously, and she's about air and electricity type cards. And if you have Akkadi, you control the air. So if you control the air with her blesses, this is not gonna be good news for the flyers elsewhere than your champion's pool. So that's it, Akkadi. And Asmodeus, I believe he's the last one. Let me see. Oh, no, we have Karl Lorethin. And Asmodeus is a god, a demigod, right? And like Ulfgard, he's not a god, he's like a demigod, a demigod. I believe it's demigod because I've watched the Wrath of the Titans recently, and I remember listening demigod. So he's a demigod, an evil one, focused on demons, devils, and things alike. So I'm gonna use the evil outsider descriptor so he can help this player in a more effective way, especially considering the idea of having hellhounds. Hellhounds, they're gonna definitely be outsiders, evil outsiders. And there's like a flavor here. I've read about him on the internet, and somewhere I can remember it was saying like anyone that is a chosen of Asmodeus has a ruby rod of Asmodeus on his hands or her hands. So I thought about like bringing an interaction between a deity and a magical item. And yeah, I'm gonna create this item, magical item, so we can have this combo. And the last one, but not least, definitely, we saw Moradin for the Dwarves, we saw Garglitter Gold, we saw Grumsh, and the last one I've created, it's Corellon Rerefian, the creator of the Elves, and he has the same idea as we already seen on Moradin and Grumsh, so nothing new, but pretty interesting for an Elven deck or an Elvish deck. I don't know. Well, it's pretty late right now here in Brazil, so I don't know when I'm gonna post this video, but thanks a lot for being here. Leave a comment below. Please subscribe the channel. I really like celebrated like 2 new subscribers, and if you do that, I will definitely note it, okay? Thanks a lot, and that's it. I see you around. Bye.